Whoa. I'm about to start calling this guy First Line Tom.
What's up, everybody? I'm Trix the Hooligan.
And I'm Jules the Buddha Monk.
And welcome to the Strawhat Show. And we are back again with who?
Our boy, Tommy Macdonald.
Yes, Tom Macdonald. And since we've been diving down Tom's rabbit hole, we've been liking what we've been seeing. We've done a couple reactions already. And, you know, if he's coming hard and if he's as polarizing as he is in the songs we've already heard, I can't wait to continue to dive down his catalog. Today we are covering Fake Woke.
And just by the title, I can tell whether it be positive or whether it be negative, Tommy Macdonald is the man at eliciting a reaction. And that's what we're here for. So let's see what Fake Woke is all about.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and assume or take a guess that we're gonna have to put on our trigger warning.
All right, let's take a deep dive. Let's see what Fake Woke is all about.
Let's do it.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump.
Whoa.
I'm about to start calling this guy First Line Tom. Always hooking you in with that first line.
You know, you're right. I have to agree with him right off the bat. Like, Cardi B is expected to be the role model for 12-year-old girls. That is a terrible role model. Think about all the fathers and mothers out there who are watching. Do you want Cardi B to be your daughter's role model? Talking about her wet ass kitty cat. You know what I'm saying? Wet ass kitty cat. Is that what you want? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
And that's not the only song or the first time she refers to her kitty cat quite often.
Quite often.
And kind of uses it from a place of power, like
empowerment.
You know, empowerment. Let me empower you by teaching you to use your kitty cat to get by in this world. Man, we can't be having that, man.
Nah, we can't.
Tom's calling her out, man. I gotta go with Tom on this one.
Then also proceeds to follow up like it's, you know, it's so hard to buy a gun in America these days, considering the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. And
You better fact check. Is that the second?
That is the second, man. Everybody knows that's the second. You ever hear rappers like, "Oh, I got friends."
I just don't need people in the comments crucifying us about the amendments.
Nah, man. You know how many rappers be saying like, "Yeah, I'm familiar with the Second Amendment," like trying to make a gun bar over there.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, and then goes on about how Eminem used to, be crazy, Slim Shady Eminem, and now he's excluding people who voted for Trump. I mean, I love Eminem straight up, and I'm not really into politics, so I really don't care about that. I just respect the fact that he used his voice to just put out a belief. Whether you believe it, whether you agree with it or not, he used his voice to put out a belief in a pretty gangster way, whether you think it's cool or not. I don't really care. I think Eminem is great, but I see what he's doing here. I mean, he loves Eminem. I'm pretty sure he's pretty influenced by Eminem. I believe he has a song called something Slim, I think, that has to do with homage to Eminem from what I've been told. But, obviously this is just to get clout.
I don't think he's saying this to get clout. He's saying this because that's what he believes.
All right, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? No. He's just doing what Eminem did in the line he said that what Eminem did.
Yeah, that's true.
He's using his platform to express his political views or opinions, or just his views and opinions in general, right? And that's what Eminem did. They're just doing what each other did. They're just on opposite sides of the spectrum. Whatever.
All right, let's continue.
Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never
Well, all right.
Wow.
Man, you know, he's right. We live in a country where we can say whatever the we want, and we don't have to worry about getting stoned to death.
You know, we just got to worry about that YouTube monetization.
No, but seriously though, he's saying, you know, cancel culture is pretty much running this world right now and just dictating what goes on, what we believe. As children, we're taught to express ourselves and be free. And then as adults, we're told to sit down and shut up. It's just all these parallels going on. And, you know, again, it's nothing too deep, no double entendres or nothing. This is one of those straightforward, to the point, I got something to say kind of songs. And I like it.
Yeah, I like what he said there, man, and I agree with him on the fact that he said, in America, we have the right to say whatever we want and not be afraid of the consequences, right? And kind of, we're slowly seeing a future where that potentially could not be the case, or that can diminish the consequences of saying whatever we want, with people trying to to control speech, people trying to legislate speech. It's stupid, honestly. It's super stupid. You know, sticks and stones, bitch. Get over it, you know? But with that being said, it's like, he's right. In some countries, you can't say jack shit. Like, they'll kill you. And if the government doesn't kill you, somebody who's die hard for the government will kill you. Some of these countries in the Middle East, you know what I mean? You might say something and there's an actual consequence that you will die. That's not the case in America.
Yeah, luckily we don't have to die for liking crunchy Cheetos over Puff. Just saying.
You know? Crunchy or Puff.
And my goodness, how beautiful this shot is lit. I love it. Side profile, classic Nova Rockefeller style. Less is more.
freed the slaves. They realized that they label everything we say as homes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they'd need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, I just want to start off by saying, wow, what a very beautiful metaphor and poetic way to describe how we are literally being manipulated by the media. You know, he came in with that super triggering, stay with it, trigger warning. Yo, he came in with that super triggering statement about they never freed the slaves. Yo, he's kind of like, honestly, creating like this dystopian world in my head, kind of like the Matrix. You know, I see like us all being plugged into a system or something like that. It said they never freed the slave. They gave us screens instead and used the media to manipulate everything that we're doing. And that's exactly what's happening. Literally, there's people walking around awake, but not awake in their mind, just consuming shit all day, every day, consuming to the point where they're just like, well, I believe this or I believe that.
And combining this tool right here with the fact that he said they're making everything a race war. Easily, they're just dividing us and just making it super easy to control us all. And then it goes into this hook. And, you know, we've mentioned that we're not too crazy about Tom Macdonald hooks that often, but I kind of like this hook. I can't even lie. It has like this whole like boom, boom, cha-sh, boom, boom, sh. Something like that Eminem would do or Tech 9 as far as sonically goes. And, you know, straightforward saying they so fake woke, like they're so like realized to the truth that they're actually blinding everybody from the truth.
Yeah, I gotta disagree. I don't really like the first part of this hook at all. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. You know what I'm saying?
okay, it's
I see
okay.
the ode to Ben Shapiro. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I do like the second half of the hook, how it sounds. They so fake, whoa, nah, nah. It kind of like hits like an emotional chord in me. Musically, there's like a sound, like a key in there that's making me like vibe with it. I don't really like the first half of the hook, but I do like the second half of the hook. I like the message of the hook. And I just want to add on to what you're saying. Yeah, over here in America, man, everybody is definitely being separated through this race war. It's not even like these races going at each other. It's like literally people talking for other races about how these races should have an issue with each other. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, one of the biggest things here in New York City is literally transplants. Like people who are not from this city, preferably like white people. No offense to anyone who's white. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously my skin color is white, right? There's like a lot of white people moving in, trying to make it seem like here in New York, we should be super concerned about like separation of races and racism and this and that, when if you grew up here, it was never like that. It's never really been like that.
It's still not like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's cases of that here and there, but this is like one of the cities where there's the least amount of racism, I would say, at least in America.
I would have to agree with that.
You
yes.
know, and like, you know, we got these other people coming in with their white guilt, so stupid, and they're just trying to like push it upon their agenda, upon other people's, further separating us. I don't like it. Anyways, let's get back to this track.
What's up, everybody? We just wanted to take the time out to say thanks for watching the reaction. We also wanted to take the time out to introduce you to who we are and what we do. We're Strawhat Dynasty, a twin breakdancing rap duo from NYC. We've worked years now in cultivating our ability to make quality music videos, breakdancing, and overall entertaining. We pour everything we have into every song, every video, in order to provide you with the best entertainment experience possible. So if you would take the time to check out some of our original music, our content, and follow us on all platforms, we would super appreciate it. We're just two brothers following our dreams, and we appreciate your support as you join us on this life journey. Thanks so much. Now back to the reaction.
Fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an
Okay. So he said like people hating on neighbors because he wears a mask or he stays home. And then he's like,
Favorite artist says he slaps or slays hoes, but he has a daughter. He's saying basically the guy who's going to pick up his daughter from school is bumping music that demoralizes his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Kind of contradicting himself. You know, in the sense of like, oh, he's woke, but he's listening to music that demoralizes his daughter. Also, I like how he kind of stands up for people, like people on the right. I'm not assuming Tom is on the right, but he has a lot of right-wing political ideas. But like people on the right typically kind of criticize people for staying home or wearing a mask, referring to the COVID times, right? And I think that he's just saying like, oh, you're criticizing people who stay home or wear a mask. You hate your neighbor because they do that, you know? So he's kind of playing both sides of the field. It doesn't seem like he's really trying to pick a side on this. He's just calling out everyone's BS. That's what I think.
yeah, and from a rapper thing, I like the AO rhyme scheme. Stay home, slay hoes, slaps on the way home.
Fake woke.
You know, just a great, you know, even though he's being straightforward, he's still being technical in his rap. But let's continue.
favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just wanna spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation.
Ooh.
Wow. You know,
Damn.
I grew up here in America for my whole life. And, you know, when I think of Thanksgiving, I just think of going to grandma's house. You know, RIP, she just passed away in January. But, you know, I remember going to grandma's house, family coming together, eating some food and having a good time, you know? And I don't want to have to feel guilty about it. You know what I mean? Yes, it has this dark history. We realize that, but we're not celebrating the slaughter and deaths of Native Americans. You know, we're celebrating togetherness and family time. Like, why can't it be about that? You know, it's all about intention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta admit, I mean, I have to agree, all right? Although, you know, our country for sure has a dark history of travesties and things that have, you know, happened in the past that set us up where we are now. But honestly, what country doesn't? All right, stop playing games if you think your country's incredible. Germany and all these other places. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Listen, no disrespect, but it's like every country. Like, I love Germany. I've been to Germany multiple times. It's a great place. I'm not gonna go to Germany and start calling everyone Nazis and all this crazy ish. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be wrong. You know, same way I don't expect people to get upset with me because I like to enjoy a great family dinner with family members I might not see as often at Thanksgiving dinner. You know?
Sure.
So, like, stop with the bullshit. All right? Also, he talks about, like, there's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate.
That's a good wordplay as well. Just add it on there, but again, continue what you were going to say about it.
And I like that because there is a difference between spewing hate and then just speech that you hate, as in speech that you disagree with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, there's a huge like uproar because people don't want to acknowledge girls are girls and boys are boys biologically. You know what I mean? And whatever side of the fence you stand on, all right? I'm not going to get too into it. You shouldn't be getting mad at someone if they believe otherwise. You know what I'm saying? That's a good example of speech that you hate, not hate speech. You know what I mean? If I accidentally call someone a boy because they're biologically a boy and they get upset because forever they've been a boy and now they think they're a girl, right? Like, I shouldn't be penalized or whatever for it, you know? My mistake, you know, correct me, I'll call you what you want, that's fine. But don't fucking get in an uproar over it. Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? My bad, Sally. You know?
Or Sal.
Yeah. You know?
And then also he goes on to explain how, I like how he said Black Lives Matter isn't the right slogan to use because they're screwing everyone in the end because they're dividing us to control us, and then proceeds to follow up with defunding the police is one of the most stupidest things you could ever do. When somebody's robbing you or whatever, he's like, you know, call the police or order food and see which one arrives there first. Probably going to be the food that comes there first because the police are probably just like, whatever, we don't care anymore.
No, that's not what he said, actually. What he said was they're already not funded enough.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't say that.
That I didn't say exactly, but
No, but the
but
reason,
what point are you trying to make
the
right
point
now?
I'm trying to make is the setup for that line is order food and call the police, see who gets to you first.
Mm-hmm.
He's referring to the fact that there's not enough funding already, and you want to defund them, but there's already not enough funding. He said that they're already not funded enough.
Yep.
That's what, and then he follows up, call food or police, see who gets to you first, because
what?
Because we don't have enough money, for enough police. You know what I mean? Or for enough police resources. That's why we can't get them right away. He didn't mention, they're tired of your bullshit. He wasn't specific about that at all.
Well, they probably are, but fair play. That's cool. Let's continue.
And ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings. We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety.
Damn, he's coming.
That was a
in
crazy punchline.
Yo, this whole song's a trigger warning, man. It's crazy.
He said, you trying to solve peace with violence? That's stupid. That's like sleeping with a football team and expecting to be a virgin. Or something like that.
Well, yeah. Well, what he's doing is he's saying, like, he's probably referring to all the shit that goes on in America or that went on. I don't know when this came out. I'm assuming he's talking about when when the whole George Floyd thing happened and there was a lot of riots going on and stuff, trying to fight for a peaceful resolution or peaceful reason. But, it was quite the opposite, man. Like, the whole world turned into like a battlefield. People fucking looting stores, robbing, putting small businesses out of business, lighting things on fire, destroying their cities. You know what I mean? You're trying to fight for a peaceful reason, but you're doing it with violence. See how far that gets you. That's like a girl trying to sleep with a football team, calling herself a virgin. You know what I mean? Like, chances are, like, if there's a girl sleeping with the entire football team, she's probably getting gangbanged. You can't call yourself a virgin if you're getting gangbanged.
That's true. That's non-virgin territory.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when I think about the results of all of that, now that it's been a couple of years later, it didn't really solve anything, at least in that regard. It didn't make the world realize that what happened was as fucked up as we already knew what it was. Didn't really do anything except put people who had businesses and dreams out of business. That's all it did.
Minority businesses.
Minorities too, at that. So
crazy.
Which is pretty much the idea of this song. It's fake woke. It's people who are claiming to be woke, but then doing the opposite. Things that are just not woke. That's not woke.
You can't go to like a Black Lives Matter protest, march in the street, and be scrolling on Instagram, just scrolling mindlessly, like that in itself is fake woke. Like, you're not there, you're not present, you're not being a part of the festivities. You know what I'm saying? You're just like there to show face. You're there to be like, you're here to wave like this flag, like, look at me, look how cool I am, look how righteous I am. But meanwhile, you're on your phone scrolling, consuming some more bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's very contradicting, man.
Can take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
Damn! Yo!
Oh my God! That's my favorite line in the entire song.
That was crazy. That was cool because it was just like a shock factor line just to get your attention, just to wake you up in case you were sleeping. And then he goes on to proceed to say, hey man, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? But
which is a very Eminem thing to do. Just saying.
But everything else I said is true, and man, he said, how did we make praying a microaggression?
Because they wanted to turn the word amen to amen and women. Like, I don't even think they're referring to men. It just so happens to be a word inside a word.
I mean, I don't know the contextual history of amen, but either way, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Nobody's actually referring to men, as you said, and it's just a way to conclude your prayer, right? And why are you trying to put a negative connotation on praying? Like, praying is a positive thing, whether you believe in God or not. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself in a positive mindset and trying to wish good things upon yourself or other people, but instead you want to take it and flip it and make it something it doesn't have to be. Hence, another form of being fake woke.
And the whole idea of modern day feminism really just feels like a bunch of women who hate men, who hate the patriarchy, who believe, again, with a victim mentality that everybody's out to get them, and they can't do shit because of men, and everything is men's fault.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous because there's a ton of successful women in our country, a ton of super wealthy women, a ton of women who are choosing their own destiny and doing whatever they want. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they're not being stopped by dudes, you know? No one said this world was easy for anybody. Everybody's got their struggles in and out the world, but that's what's beautiful about the country we live in. If you can continue to keep pushing and keep working at it, you'll find a way to whatever top you're trying to get to, you know?
But everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Video by No Rock. All right.
Oh, look at that.
All right,
Man's
brother. All right, yo. That was final thoughts, Fake Woke. I really liked it. It was polarizing. Definitely lots of trigger warnings going on there.
A lot of one-liners.
A lot of one-liners. But yeah, what I like about Tom is he always comes in strong. Whether you agree with it or not, he's always making a statement that's slapping you right in the face with the message. There's no way to misinterpret what he's saying. And I really like when I can get the message automatically, can smack me in the face. It's a very effective way of communicating.
And of course, the video always helps. It's a beautiful visual with a lot of great lighting, camera angles. A lot of less is more in this one. Or it wasn't crazy elaborate sets or anything of the sort. It was just good lighting, good cinematography with a good song, strong message. And yeah, that was Fake Woke by Tom Macdonald. And yeah, I would say we liked it. If you found any value from this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And lordy lord, we finally reached 10K subscribers.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for being a part of this journey. Let us know what Tom Macdonald song you want us to react to and break down.
Or any other artists. Any other artists, leave it in the comments below. You know, we'll try to get to them as quick as we can. And check out our music. You might like it. All right? I'm Trickster Hooligan.
And I'm Jules the Buddha Monk.
And we are Strawhat Dynasty, your favorite rapping,
breaking
twins from NYC. Peace.